Starting with arriving on the mat for a moment, coming into a hero pose. Knees are together, toes are touching. Your buttocks are touching your heels, or maybe there's a pillow in between them. Breathing in, making your spine long, crown of the head is towards the ceiling. Breathing out, grounding, your hands are on your knees. One more time, breathing in, expanding the belly like a balloon. Exhale, your navel is drawing towards the spine. Just taking a few moments here. Setting yourself up in tabletop position. Hands under your shoulders, your knees as wide as your hips. When you look in between your knees, you don't want to see your feet, so your lower legs are parallel with the mat. Taking a moment here to ground. Inhaling long spine. And then on the exhale, bring the buttocks towards the heels, like if you're coming into child's pose. Now inhale back into tabletop position. Exhale for 4, 2, 3, 4. Inhale for 4, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale for 4, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale for 4. Exhale for 7. Inhale for 4. Now exhale, see if you can make it all the way up till 8. Long and steady breath out. Slow movements. And then inhale once more for 4. One more time, long and steady exhale, see if you can make it till 8. And then setting yourself up in child's pose. Out like a child pose here, so your toes are touching. Your knees wider than your hips, or maybe as wide as the mat, what feels comfortable for you. Maybe bringing again a pillow in between the buttocks and the heels, if this is more comfortable to you. Forehead on towards the floor, or maybe on towards the block. Long spine, hands as wide as the shoulders, the palms are facing down. And taking a moment now to arrive here. Making your way back to belly breathing, making the inhale and the exhale from the same length here. Feel on the inhale how the belly is moving towards the mat. Exhale, emptying the lungs. Slow and steady breath out. During today's practice, I will mostly leave you in silence, so you can turn inwards, making connections between your body and mind, connecting to your breath, connecting to your true self. Closing your eyes now, maybe if this feels comfortable. Just closing your eyes will help you to feel more connected to your breath. It will help you to be less distracted. Allowing yourself to turn inwards. While you're laying here, let your intention arise. This maybe is the reason why you started today's class, or maybe something you're working on in your daily life. It might be a mantra, something like I am safe or I am grounded. Just repeating this intention or mantra 3 times to yourself now. And feel how with every time you say it, it is manifesting more. And every inhale, feel how you're inhaling energy to manifesting your intention. On every exhale, feel how you become more grounded and steady. The more you are connected to your breath, the less the mind will get distracted. And the more grounded you are, the less you will lose balance in your daily life. A yoga practice will help you to be less triggered in daily life and stay more focused, so you can make your dreams come true. Pressing yourself out of child's pose, slowly walking your hands back to the knees. Bring the knees together, allow the hands to rest on the knees. Taking a moment in hero pose again. You might notice a difference now compared to the other time you practice hero pose. Just taking a moment to feel in towards the body. And then slowly reclining yourself on towards the mat. Bringing the knees in towards the chest. Relaxing your neck, relax the shoulders, relax the back. The whole upper body is relaxed, so the knees are coming towards the chest, not the chest towards the knees. Then we'll be taking a few rounds of dynamic twisting, so we're connecting the breath again towards the movement. So inhaling, lengthening the spine. Then on the exhale, twisting the knees towards the right side of the mat, maybe looking towards the left side. The knees are not touching the floor, so they only come halfway or 75%. And on the inhale, knees are coming back in towards the chest. Exhale, twist the knees towards the left side, looking towards the right side. Inhaling in towards the belly, back towards the middle. Exhale, twist to the right, look towards the left. Keep engaging the core. Just firing up that inner fire a little bit. Exhale, twist to the left side. Inhale back towards the middle. Exhale to twist. You might notice you can go a little bit deeper now. Inhale back towards the middle. Exhale, twist to the left, look to the right. Inhale, engaging the core, find that stability, find that balance. And then exhale, twist towards the right side, coming in towards your static twist now. So maybe placing a block or a pillow underneath the knees. Then your hands are coming on shoulder height, palms are facing up. Maybe the right arm is pressing on towards the right knee. You might look towards the left side if this is comfortable towards your neck. Now just take a moment to see if you can bring both shoulders on towards the mat. So see if you can really press that left shoulder in towards the mat. So you can really relax the upper body here. If this is not possible, then bring the block under the knees higher. Or maybe bring a pillow or a block underneath the left shoulder. Now coming back to your belly breathing. Allowing yourself to come into stillness. Reclined poses are great for relaxing and grounding because we have the support of Mother Earth underneath us. Whenever your mind gets distracted, simply come back to your breath. Your breath is your anchor. Your breath is actually the only constant thing in your life. Everything is constantly changing. Your body, your thoughts, your friends, maybe even your home and your work. The only constant thing in your life is your breath. It's there from the beginning till the end. Your breath will always help you to come back to the calmness you have inside you. Then breathing in, bring the knees back towards the middle. Breathing out to recline them towards the left side of the mat. Maybe looking towards the right side. Again, using props if necessary. It will help you to get more out of the pose so you really can relax into it. Arms again on shoulder height. Palms are facing up. Maybe the left hand is resting on towards the knees now. And making your way back to your belly breathing. Making your breath deep and balanced. And see if you can make it as smooth as possible. So no stopping at the beginning or the end of the breath. Letting the inhale and exhale flow into one another effortless. A smooth, flowy breath. Like waves coming onto shore. In and out. In and out. Maybe you notice any emotions or feelings coming up during today's practice. This is totally normal, as we're holding poses for a longer time. We connect to our subconscious mind. This means feelings from the subconscious might arise into the conscious. I invite you to accept them with love and give them the attention and awareness they need. No need to push them away. When you let them arise, just simply observe them. Also, don't judge them or become attached to them. Noticing them so you're able to process them and eventually let go of them. Maybe there are any patterns or blockages that keep showing up in your life, week after week, time after time. To be able to change them, we often first need to get sick and tired of them, because change doesn't magically happen. We need to put action to our thoughts and words to be able to make change happen. This can look like practicing this yoga class today, as a yoga practice will help you to give you the strength and the mental clarity to make changes in your life, to let your intentions come through, and to become your most authentic self. On your next inhale, bring the knees back towards the chest. Maybe give yourself a little hug here. And then first allow the soles of the feet to come onto the mat, hip width apart. Your knees are touching, so you're kind of making a V shape with the legs here. Maybe your hands are resting on towards your belly. Maybe next towards the body, palms are facing up. Taking a few moments here to process the pose, allowing the spine to neutralize. And then rolling on towards your right side. Pressing yourself up. Coming back into tabletop position, so hands on the shoulders, knees on the hips. Take a moment to set yourself up here, your fingers are spread widely. On your next inhale, untucking your toes, coming into downward facing dog. Focusing on lengthening the spine here rather than stretching the legs. So knees can be bent as much as needed. Your feet are hip width apart again and your toes are pointing in a little bit. Strong arms, and just imagine somebody is pulling from your hips, your tailbone towards the ceiling. Focusing on a long spine here. Inhale, sending the breath all the way up to your tailbones. And the exhale grounds. Still belly breathing here. And then on your next exhale, knees are coming towards the mat. Coming back into Balasana again, but this time knees are touching. And to allow the shoulders to relax, bring your arms next towards the body and the palms are facing up. It's a great pose to really notice your belly expanding. Feel how it's touching the thighs or moving towards the thighs on the inhale. Exhale, drawing the navel towards the spine. You might come back to the intention again. Noticing the energy of your intention. Maybe taking a moment to visualize how you feel when your intention is becoming through. Lowering yourself down on towards the mat, belly down, feet as wide as the hips here, and the tops of the toes are pressing in towards the mat. Your hands are underneath your shoulders and your elbows are tucked in. A little bit of movement first. On the inhale, coming up into a baby cobra pose. On the exhale, forehead is coming towards the mat. Inhale, opening up the chest, draw the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale to lower. Inhale. And then exhale. Moving with your breath here. The pelvic area is your anchor here. And then on your next inhale, setting yourself up for your static pose, or will be Sphinx pose. So bring the lower arms parallel with the mat here. Fingers are again spread widely, on shoulder height. If this is too intense, you can also walk your hands a little bit more forward. This will make the back bend a little bit less intense. Finding your pose here and then allowing yourself to come into stillness in this heart opener. The inhale, feel the love entering in towards your body. Beginning to feel a warm sensation. The exhale, you ground. Trying to be as still as possible here. When your consciousness is starting to talk and distract you with thoughts, feelings, or sensations, can you come back to your breath? Coming back to the calmness and stillness inside you. Let your breath help you to be resilient. Staying here for a few more breaths. On every inhale, inhaling resilience. On every exhale, letting go. Taking your last breath here. Then on the next exhale, slowly reclining back towards the mat. Right cheek on towards the mat first. Palms are facing up, arms next towards the body. And changing sides, bring the left cheek towards the mat, just to neutralize the spine. Then through tabletop position, pressing yourself back up into downward facing dog. Just to stretch the spine out here, so again knees can be bended, focusing on the length in the spine, hands as wide as the shoulders. Allow the neck to relax and be in line with the spine. A few rounds of belly breathing here, making the inhale and exhale from the same length. A smooth and effortless breath. Lowering your knees down, taking a moment in hero pose once again. And bringing the legs in front of you, your toes are pointing up. You might come to sit on towards a pillow or a blanket on the edge of it, as this will help you to elevate your hips, but will create more space to breathe deeper and will make your spine longer. Your hands are next towards your hips. Now on the inhale, lengthening the spine. On the exhale, grounding through both sitting bones. With your eyes closed, just take a moment here to see if you have the same weight on both sitting bones. So we tend to move to one side or the other side. Can you find the middle point here? You find your balance. On your next inhale, bend your right knee. Place the sole of the foot on towards the mat. Then if this feels good for you, stepping the right foot over the left leg. Then again, see if you can bring the sole of the foot on towards the mat. If this is not possible, come back into the previous pose. If this feels comfortable, bending the left knee. Bring the foot towards the hip. And on your inhale, hands above your head. Exhale to bring the right hand behind your buttock. Maybe let it rest on towards the block here to create a bit more space. The left elbow is coming towards the right knee. Opening up the chest here. On the inhale, can you lengthen the spine? On the exhale, can you twist? See if you can twist from the torso rather than the neck. So allow the neck to relax. Twisting from the navel center here. Maybe closing your eyes. Or you might gaze towards the floor. Belly breaths here. Same length. Twists are great poses to turn inwards and to digest. Not only physically, but they also help us to digest any emotions, thoughts or feelings that came up during our practice. Taking a few more rounds of belly breaths here. On your next inhale, hands above your head again, long arms. Exhale, stretching the legs in front of you. Bring the hands next towards the hips again. Taking a few breaths in Dandasana again. Coming back to neutral. It's actually often in these in-between moments when things really come up. So just invite them now. Again, don't push them away. Just give them the love and the awareness they need. No judgment, no attachment. On your next inhale, bending the left knee, placing the sole of the foot on towards the mat. You might stay here. This side might be tighter or more loose than the other side. That's totally normal. So maybe your pose looks different on this side or than on the other side. If it feels good, stepping the left foot over the right leg. Finding your pose here, finding length. And then you might choose to bend the right knee. Bring the right foot towards the hip. Inhale to lengthen the spine, hands above the head. Exhale to twist. Left hand is coming on towards the floor behind the buttocks or maybe on towards the block. Right elbow is coming towards the left knee here, helping you to open up the chest, keeping the spine long. This will help you to twist deeper and breathe better. So inhale, focusing on the length of the spine. Exhale to twist from the navel center. Closing your eyes if you haven't already. Belly breaths. Your next inhale, hands above the head again. Exhale to release. Few breaths in Dandasana here. Then on your next inhale, hands above the head. Setting yourself up for your last asana of the day, what will be a seated forward fold. Now inhaling, long spine. Exhale to bend forward, bringing your belly towards your thighs here. If your belly and thighs don't touch, just bend your knees more. And then maybe you're holding on towards the feet, maybe on towards the calves or the ankles here. Your next inhale, coming in a half lift, find a length in the spine. Exhale to forward fold. Now inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 4, 2, 3, 4. Inhale for 4, belly breaths. Exhale for 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale for 4. Exhale for 6. Inhale for 4. 2 more rounds like this. Next exhale, exhaling for 7. Inhaling for 4. Now your last exhale for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then coming in your static forward fold. After these long out breaths, making the out breath longer than the inhale will help you to turn on your parasympathetic nervous system, the nervous system that makes you feel at ease and relaxed. And a seated forward fold also helps with this. So allowing yourself to turn inward now. Same rate you're breathing. Your inhale, send the breath towards your belly. On the exhale, allow your body to ground and to relax. Taking a few moments here, allowing yourself to really relax in towards this moment. Letting go of any tension in the body. Your knees are bent as much as needed. Taking your last few breaths here. On your next inhale, walk your hands back towards your hips. Straight spine. Then exhale, release yourself on towards the mat. Setting yourself up for Shavasana here, your final resting pose. Maybe taking any last movements you might like. Bring your knees in towards your chest, or maybe happy baby pose. Then whenever you feel ready, bring your feet as wide as the mat. Toes are pointing out, heels are pointing in. Might feel good to bring blocks or pillows underneath the thighs or the knees. This will help you to bring your lower back more on towards the floor. Your arms are away from the body, palms are facing up. Bring your chin in towards the chest a little bit so your neck is also relaxing on towards the mat. Just taking a few rounds of belly breathing here. Sending that signal to the brain that it is safe. You're allowed to relax now. Shavasana is one of the most important poses in our yoga practice, as it will help you to process the previous asanas, mentally as well physically. It will give you the well-deserved rest you need. Making yourself as comfortable as you can be. Taking any final adjustments now. Closing your eyes if you haven't already. And then start to feel the connection between your body and the floor. Notice each point that connects your body to the floor. Now begin to feel the heaviness of the body sinking into the floor. Notice the breath. Feel the belly rise and fall. Feel the chest rise and fall. Feel the body become more heavy with every exhalation. Now imagine a white light in the crown of your head. On your next inhale, send this white light to the bottom of the spine. On your exhale, move the white light back to the crown of the head again. Inhale, send the white light back to the bottom of the spine. Exhale, white light moves back to the crown of the head. Now let the white light move to the third eye. Let it soften the point between the eyebrows. Move the white light to the nose, the cheeks. Let it soften the jaw, the chin, the throat center, the heart center. Let the white light expand to the right shoulder, right elbow, wrist, fingers. Move it back to the heart center. Let it soften the heart center. The white light moves to the left shoulder, left elbow, wrist, and fingers. Move it back to the heart center, and then to the navel. The white light expands to the right hip, right knee, ankle, toes. Move it back to the navel. The white light expands to the left hip, left knee, ankle, toes. Back to the navel, heart center, throat center, third eye, Back out through the crown of the head. Feel how the white light relax your whole body. Allowing yourself to come one more time back to the intention of your practice today. Feel how your intention manifested during this practice. And then allowing yourself to rest for a few moments now in effortless awareness. Now starting to become more aware again of my voice. Become aware of other sounds surrounding you. Starting to deepen your breath, just to introduce some movement in towards the body. Then maybe send that breath all the way to the tips of the fingers and the toes. Moving the toes and the fingers, little movements first. And then taking any bigger move or stretch you might like. Might feel good to bring the knees in towards the chest. Maybe you take a big stretch over the head like you do in the morning. Rolling on towards the right side of the body first. Taking a few breaths here. One more time, come back to the intention of your class. Maybe any calming sensations of today's class. Now whenever you feel ready, pressing yourself back up to a seated position. And see if you can keep your eyes closed. Moving slowly, allowing yourself to stay in this relaxed state. When seated, you might want to come to sit on towards a pillow or a blanket again. So we'll move in some breath work. Your inhale, lengthening the spine. The exhale, grounding through the sitting bones. Hands are resting onto your knees here. So you create space in the belly to breathe deep. We'll take a few rounds of yogic breathing. We'll give you the energy and the clarity to make your intention come true. Closing your mouth and only breathe through your nostrils here. Begin by simply observing the natural flow of your breath. Focusing on the breath coming into your body. Feel the air traveling through the body. And then notice how the breath is leaving the body again. You might notice how the breath in is colder than the breath out. Now start to focus to bring your inhale first towards your belly. Then let it travel upwards. First towards your rib cage. Then towards your chest. A long and smooth, steady breath out. Now with more control. Inhale slowly and with purpose. Take in a third of your lungs capacity. Deep into the diaphragm, expanding the belly. Breathe in the next third into the rib cage. Breathe in the final third into the upper chest. Let it all the way come up to the collarbones. Release the breath through the nose in reverse order, emptying first the chest, then the rib cage, then the belly. Again, breathe in, let the lower abdomen expand. Fill the belly with breath. When the belly is full, allow the rib cage to expand outwards and upwards. Air fills the middle of the lungs. Then the whole chest expands. Now when the chest is full, keep the inhale going just a little longer to fill the body up right up to the collarbones. Even the shoulders move up a little bit now. And then the exhale begins. First relax the collarbone and the upper chest. Then the breath leaves the middle of the chest. And then the rib cage. Finally the abdomen falls. Draw the navel back towards the spine. Allowing the air leave the lungs. Taking a few more rounds of yogic breathing here. Bring the breath first towards the belly, then the lower rib cage, then the upper chest. Smooth and steady breath out. Trying to make the inhale and the exhale again from the same length. So it might feel good to count the breath here. Either an inhale of 6 and an exhale of 6. Maybe an inhale of 9 and an exhale of 9. Now letting go of the conscious control of your breath, allowing yourself to come back to the natural rhythm of the breath, allowing yourself now to just be, enjoying a few moments of effortless awareness. Whenever your mind wanders off, simply make your way back to your breath again. Then you might choose to sit here for a little bit longer. And maybe when you feel ready, gently opening your eyes. Bring your hands in front of your heart and Jali Mudra prayer hands. Taking a moment here to show some gratitude towards yourself for showing up on the mat today and taking this time for only you. You deserved it. I wish you a beautiful day. Namaste.